Hi, I'm Eric from Mocha System, and I'm here to give you a new and updated training for Airfob Space. For those of you who don't know about Airfob Space, it's a complete operating system for your physical spaces. Some of you may think it's just an access control solution, but we actually think it's much more than that. And today I want to guide you through exactly how to set up and get the most out of your Airfob Space access control solution. What's different about Airfob Space? Well, it is 100% cloud hosted and managed, and it puts mobile credentials first. This presents a number of advantages for administrators and for end users as well. First off, it's very easy to get started using it. Our readers, all of our readers have a built-in controller and relay, so you don't need a lot of external components or additional cabling to get started using it. You just connect our readers to the internet using an Ethernet cable. You register them using our Airfob Pro app, and they're ready to go. This also makes it incredibly easy to scale up as your company or organization grows. Whether you have one door or 100, you're just buying one additional reader, putting it on the wall, and registering it. It couldn't be simpler. We've taken care of all the maintenance and upgrades for you as well. There's no more Patch Tuesdays because we're upgrading everything on the back end because everything is hosted and managed in the cloud. Your IT team will love the simplicity of it. It's also more eco-friendly in a number of ways. First off, we're reducing the number of RFID cards required so that they don't end up in landfills. We're also reducing the amount of cabling required, which is another huge savings. And this goes into one of the final advantages, is that it's a fully remote system. You don't need to drive out to do as many site visits because you can do things like add new users, register new cards, change access levels, even update the firmware on the readers completely remotely. So this not only saves you time and money, but it's another nice way of lessening the environmental impact of all that driving. To really dig into those benefits, I'd say that it really comes down to 5 things. First, we lower the costs significantly by not requiring you to have an on-site server, not requiring you to buy external controllers, and eliminating a lot of the costs associated with RFID cards and cabling. We streamline the management so that it's easier for you to take care of all those tasks I mentioned, whether it's day-to-day or occasional maintenance like upgrading firmware. We give you native mobile credentials, so you're not putting another mobile credential system on top of Airfob Space. We give you credentials natively, and now we have both our Airfob Space mobile credentials that people will use every day, as well as our app-free credentials, which include LinkPass and dynamic QR codes. We allow you to scale limitlessly from one reader up to thousands of readers, and we have actually tested up to thousands of readers on a single site, and that's all without having to add additional infrastructure on the back end. You just need to run an Ethernet cable to your readers. And what's really amazing is that for remote sites, if you want to run a site without internet, it's possible to use mobile credentials and a disconnected reader as well. It's an incredible feature for some of our remote sites, warehouses, etc. And finally, we offer seamless integration with our SDK and API so that Airfob Space works seamlessly with all of the business software that you're already using. From the end user perspective, there are some important benefits as well. First off, people tend to forget their RFID cards all the time, but they seldom forget their phones. So it's much more likely that people will have their card with them. Now, if they've got a regular card to use day to day, but they forget it one day, you can issue them an instant link pass or QR code that they can use for that day, and they can still get into a building using their phone. You can send mobile credentials either regular credentials or QR codes or link passes to your guests before they arrive, streamlining the process of getting them into a building, or allowing you to do business models that don't require staff to be on hand. Through our integrations, you can also have a gym or co-working space that sells a day pass or a membership in an app, and then you can use that same app to open the door later. And we're also introducing all kinds of hands-free and other features that make it more convenient than ever for people to get into their workplaces, the places they live, and the places they play as well. This is the traditional architecture of an on-premise access control solution that you're probably used to, with on-premise servers, controllers, and readers that connect at the very end and use RFID cards to enter. This requires a lot of maintenance. It requires you to be on-premise to actually change many things, and doing things like synchronizing the access roles between one location and another is very difficult. With Airfob Space, our readers and our app connect directly to the cloud. So your doors are always connected to the cloud as well. This is all very secure, of course. We use top-of-the-line encryption to make sure that your doors are always secure, and more so than if you were using RFID cards, which are easy to steal, copy, etc. But we're eliminating all that back-end infrastructure that costs money, that requires a lot of maintenance, that requires a lot of cabling. We're simplifying everything so that you can do remote management of the systems as well. Airfob Space also reduces the cost, which is the #1 barrier to adopting new solutions. We do this by, once again, eliminating the need for those on-site servers, eliminating the need for complex wiring, eliminating the need for additional access control units, and reducing the cabling significantly. Here's a look at our entire ecosystem for software and hardware with Airfob Space. At the top of our software ecosystem, we have Airfob Partners, which is what our partners, whether that's our distributors, resellers, installers, or SIs, use to set up new sites for customers. Then we have Airfob Pro, which allows administrators on a site to take care of everything with that site day to day, fully hosted and managed in the cloud, so that wherever you are in the world, you can use your browser or your smartphone to add users, revoke credentials, provision credentials, change access levels, update the firmware on your devices. Anything you would usually have to do on-site can now be done remotely. And then finally, we have Airfob Space. This app is what people entering and leaving buildings will use every day to open the doors. And this is available for both Android and iOS. On the hardware side, we have our Airfob Edge Reader. This comes in two varieties, the regular and the ultimate. And this is what most doors will be attached to. But we now also directly support door locks with our firmware integrated, so that just like a door with a reader, you can use mobile credentials to open that door as well. Great for co-working spaces with lots of individual offices, great for residential, also great for hotels and hospitality like vacation rentals. We also have the Airfob tag, so if you already have a MyFair compatible digital door lock, you can instantly upgrade that by putting the tag on top, and that will also allow you to open that door lock using our mobile credentials. And finally, we have the Airfob patch. The Airfob patch goes on top of existing access control readers, upgrading them to use our mobile credentials without having to do any additional wiring whatsoever. One thing that's new since last time we did this training is that we do support door locks straight out of the box now. And we can provide you with more information on that through our website at airfob.com on the latest door locks that are available for Airfob Space. The graphic you see now is a view of how you can create smarter spaces with Airfob Space, and the training today will take you through everything you need to know so that you can set up a space to make the most out of Airfob Space. Here you can see we have doors with regular Airfob Edge readers on them that are connected directly to the cloud. We also have doors that are secured with door locks, elevators using our Airfob Edge reader, speed gates using our patch, and the patch is great for other things that are not entry points as well. So if you want to give your employees access to the coffee machine or the vending machine or even the copy machine, all of this can be done using the Airfob patch also. So that's a quick intro to what Airfob Space is. Now, my colleague Anton and I are going to take you through an in-depth tour of how everything works, how you set it up from start to finish, so that you can get the most out of using Airfob Space. Now, if you have any questions that we don't answer for you, you are always welcome to get in touch with us at support@mochainc.com. That's SUPPORT at MOCAINC.com. Thanks.